All right, we're going to continue our lesson today of working with the different shapes. And last week we worked with prisms and we worked with pyramids and finding the volume. So today we're going to kind of continue, but instead of dealing with volume, we're going to deal with surface area. So our central question for today is, how can I calculate the surface area of prisms? Our topic, obviously, surface area of prisms. Our digits is going to be for 13.1 for this little section. All right, so if you will copy this down, our topic, surface area of rectangular prisms. What is the surface area? The surface area is exactly what it says. It's the area of the surface of that particular shape. So what we do is we take the sum of the areas of all the surfaces or faces of a three-dimensional figure. And we discussed three-dimensional figures last week. The formula that we're going to use for surface area for a rectangular prism is surface area equals 2LW plus 2WH plus 2HL. And the L, the lowercase l, represents the length. The lowercase w is the width. Lowercase h is the height. So you'll copy this information down so that you have the formula. And we'll go into our first example here. Now, this first example is not, a picture is not given to you, but instead a description. So if you want to draw a picture, you can. And all I would do if I were you is I would just draw a square. Some of you may not know how or understand how to draw these three-dimensional shapes. But all that you have to do is, for a rectangular prism, just draw your rectangle, overlap it with another rectangle, and connect the top left corners, the top right corners, the bottom right, and the bottom left corners. And then, as we can see in the problem, it says our measurement is 9 inches long. Someone put here 9 inches. It tells us that our width is 6 inches. And then it tells us that our height is 8 inches. So I'm just plugging in the different components here. And I have the formula over here for you. So our surface area is 2LW plus 2WH. And that should be plus 2HL. All right, first thing I recommend for students is to take the three components, the length, the width, and the height, go ahead and just write in what they are. So if we look at it, look at the problem, or look at the picture, it tells in the problem the length is 9 inches, the width is 6 inches, and the height is 8. So all we're going to do now is substitute this into the problem. So I'm going to break this down into three sections. We've got this section here. So 2 times length times width. Our length is 9. Our width is 8. Our width is 6. Now we're going to move to the next part of it. 2WH. So 2 times our width of 6 and times our height of 8. And then we move to the third part. Put that in blue. So 2 times our height, which is 8, times our length, which is 9. So basically all you're doing is you're taking these three things, multiplying each one by the other, and then multiplying each component or part by 2. So let's multiply these things together. So 2 times 9 is 18. And then you can multiply 18 times 9. And when you multiply 18 times 9, you get 162. Next part, 2 times 6 is 12, times 8 gives you 96. The third part, 8 times 2 is 16, times 9 gives you 144. Now all we're going to do is add these three things together, 162 plus 96 plus 144 should give you 402. And since this is dealing with area, if you remember, we did like inches squared. So since this is referring to some kind of area, we're also going to do inches squared, centimeters squared, whatever. So our answer is 402 inches squared. All right, let's go to another problem. We know we're going to use the formula that we just talked about. So we have surface area equals 2 times length times width plus 2 times width times height plus 2 times height times length. All right, we've got our three components here. Now with a rectangular prism, a cube, it really doesn't matter which one is the length, width, and height. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna let my length be, in this case, I'm gonna put 6, let my width be 4, and my height be 14. So I just take that and I transfer it into the problem. So I have now 2 times 6 times 4 plus 2 times 4 times 14 plus 2 times 14 times 6. And just multiply the components or parts of each one together. 2 times 6 is 12. 12 times 4 is 48. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 14 gives you 112. 2 times 14 is 28. Multiply that times 6 and you get 168. So all we're going to do now is add 48 plus 112 plus 168, and you should get 328 inches squared. So here's another example that you can have in your notes. Now, as you see, there's not much to this one. This is an easy formula. So what normally happens is students just get confused on the different components of the formula. All right, this next one. All I want you to do on this one is to work these 3 out. I'm sorry, these 4 out. And remember the formula? It's 2 length times width. So surface area equals 2 length times width plus 2 WH plus 2 height times length. And if you'll work these 4, and we will actually go over these. All right, you'll work this one, please. Surface area of the cube. So if you need to draw out a cube, remember, draw overlapping squares and connect the corresponding corners. And since it's a cube, that means every measurement or every dimension represents 3/4. My board's messing up again, so let me start it back over. Let me erase this. That gives you 3/4 and 3/4. If you'll work this one, and then if you will work this one, same formula. And then if you will work this one, again, same formula. And that is where we'll stop for now.